Hey, what's up, y'all? It is Nate again with N Outdoors. Hopefully the channel name changed to N Outdoors. I have been doing some changing a little bit. This is the Zigzag Outdoor channel, but I'm trying to change the name over to N Outdoors just because of the fact that I have all you guys as my subscribers. And maybe there's some of you guys that are new to the channel and you're not subscribed yet, but hopefully you are here pretty soon. Give me just a second. All right, so the project today is to actually complete the antler rebuild that I've been trying to finish up for a while here. Now, what I've done is I've got some stuff called plastic wood. It says that this stuff is it'll harden up pretty good, so we're gonna test that out today. And I did a little bit in one of our videos previously about rebuilding the antler, but it did not quite work. So the reason that it didn't work is because I did not use any super glue, and I actually lost my super glue. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put this piece of wire back down in this hole, but I'm going to throw some super glue in it first, which what you're going to do is you're going to have a little hole drilled about an inch to an inch and a half down into your antler piece, your actual antler here. So I'm going to shove that back down in there. And then you're going to do the same with this piece, which this is actually a plastic antler that I have stained and roughed up a little bit to make it look more like a deer antler, and it's pretty dang close for the actual color of this thing. So now I'm going to throw some super glue down in this side. I'm going to slide that up and over the wire here. There we go. Which that wasn't supposed to happen with the wire, so I'm going to have to tap that wire down. Don't get this super glue on you, by the way. This stuff is nasty. So I need to actually cut that piece of wire a little bit here. Alright, I had to go get some pliers real quick. Now what I'm going to do is, you guys can see it, let's put it on the black shirt, that way you guys can see it a little better. So this piece of wire is sticking out quite a bit, so I'm going to cut it down just a hair, which this is a really thick wire here. Alright, there we go, just knock that piece off. Now I'm going to go on ahead and put some glue back down inside this, but I'm going to do it over a trash can, just in case we get some spillage. There's that. Now I'm going to throw it on the antler itself with the wire. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go on ahead and fill the top hole full of this stuff as well. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to let this sit for a little while and make sure it's on there how it would naturally look, which is, I mean, that's pretty close. Now this is a deadhead that I found this year. I found 3 different deadheads this year, actually. 2 of them were really old deadheads. One of them was actually a lion kill, and I found old blood and everything just all over the place up there. And it was a pretty interesting find. This deer actually fell off a cliff. Cause of death, I don't know. So I'm going to let this sit for just a few more minutes here, and then I will get back with the process with you guys. Alright, you guys. So I got some toilet paper sitting next to me so I can actually work with this plastic wood without getting it all over the place and all over my fingers. Now this stuff will harden up on the tip if you let it sit without putting the cap back on, of course, just like any other thing you're using. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to patch the holes up around this antler, which I'll give you guys a better look here. Close up of what it looks like right now. Do you use the super glue than if you don't. So I'm going to go on ahead and start applying this stuff for you guys to see and to figure out what the final product's going to look like. Alright, so I'm going to go on ahead and squirt quite a bit of this stuff on here. Now, for the sake of me not getting it everywhere, I'm not going to do it completely on camera. because I don't want to make a huge mess with this stuff. And like I said, it will be a little bit hard on the tip if you haven't used it in a while, and or if you let it dry out at all. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to apply a little bit of this at a time. Don't try to do the whole thing at once. Okay, so now that we've got some of that on there, I'm going to go on ahead and start actually forming it how I want it. But you can see there's a big old blob right there. So I'm just going to push that down into the cracks, shape it to where it looks more like the antler itself here. Okay, you guys, so now I'm on the last little bit of this actual fixing up and patching all the holes around the bottom of this fake antler to the actual antler itself, which it does not take a whole lot of time to do it this way. So if you're looking to do it quick and still make it look nice, go ahead and get you some of this plastic wood. I'm going to finish up this last little bit here, and then I'm going to let it dry for about 30 minutes or so, and then I will jump back on the video here. Now the easiest way to use this stuff is to actually, push it down along the antler so it actually looks like it's a piece of the antler itself instead of having a crack there or a ridge, because you don't want that, especially if you're working on someone else's trophy here. But since I'm not too worried about it, but I do want it to look good, because I want to make sure that in the future I know how to do this without having any difficulties. So this is what this fake piece is going to look like on this antler here versus the antler itself, which is, like I said, it's a pretty close colored stain, which you're going to have to stain it if you want it to look more realistic. Alright, you guys, so now that I have let this stuff dry up pretty good, I'm going to run my finger over all of it to make sure that it's nice and flush, which it looks like it is, feels like it is. So what I'm going to do next is grab a Q-tip, roll it in some stain, and then dip it in just a little bit of water to kind of dilute it a little bit. What I'm going to do is test it on a piece of cardboard, figure out what color it's going to be, which is pretty dang dark. So I'm going to roll it in that water a little more. Okay, that piece, that was a little excessive. So what I'm going to do is run it around the rim of it and the lid. That might be a little smarter of an idea here. Dip it in the water there. And I'm just going to start coloring it up. Now this is the easiest way that I've found to actually do this. So if you guys have any other suggestions on how to make the color more accurate and easier, maybe a little faster, then go on ahead and drop it in the comment box, which should be like right there, right down below. Now this is going to be the longest process. So just make sure you have a little bit of time on your hands before you start doing this. Now you can flip your Q-tip over if you're getting any drips or anything. It will help you out quite a bit. That's pretty much what I'm going to do for the next few minutes, and then I will show you guys a finished product. Alright, you guys, I just finished up the antler here. And as you guys can see, it looks pretty dang close to what it was before. It's a little dark right here because the stain dripped a little bit, but over time that should fade out quite a bit. And it should look pretty dang good. So there you have it, the finished product. He is done. This is where the plastic wood is versus the plastic antler versus the real antler, which is all this. So that's what it'll turn out like. And the wood stain that I use, guys, is called, it's by Min Wax. That's a weird word. It's by Min Wax, and it's called Jacobine, and the number is 2750. So if you guys ever want to try to restain your antlers and they're kind of dark, just go on ahead and throw some of that on there and sand it down to the color that you really want. And that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in, and like always, do us a huge favor, smash that thumbs up button if you liked today's video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, spread the word of N&N Outdoors. It may still be called Zigzag Outdoors, I'm not sure, but do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button, and hit that notification bell as well if you guys want to see our most recent updates. I am out for now, y'all.